This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Rogers TV special presentation. I'm Chris Turner.
I'm Bailey Lockhart.
And I'm Elisa Brosi.
We're at the 12 Neighbours community where this place has helped so many people who used to be homeless.
We'll meet some of the residents and staff, but first we'll start off with Marcel Lebrun, the founder of 12 Neighbours.
One of the things I was curious about is where did the name 12 Neighbours come from?
Well, you can see that, we're in the middle of this block, and every block of homes, everyone has 12 neighbors. And so what's important, of course, is we're optimizing this for community building.
Absolutely.
And so there's these different levels of relationships. You've got, first of all, this privacy level that you can be by yourself, locked in your house.
Right.
But then you come out on your deck and you have 5 neighbors and then 12 neighbors that are, more your closer relationships. And then, of course, there's the whole 96 in the community.
So I guess the first question I want to ask Marcel is what inspired this? What made you decide that you wanted to take on such a massive project?
I became an engineer because I like to build things.
Right.
I like to build go-karts when I was a kid. I like to build things with Lego. Then I discovered I like to build companies, And so for me, building something which is a beautiful solution,
Right.
that could really make a difference in people's lives. And I had the privilege, I won a lot of lotteries in my life, in terms of the education lottery and the parent lottery and a lot of things that were gifted to me that were foundations that I could build from. And some people haven't won any lotteries. They didn't win the parent lottery, they didn't win the education lottery or the zip code lottery. And so how can I give them a platform, that they can have a better chance to build on? So the opportunity to do that's really exciting for me.
Right.
And the opportunity to build something that I think is a model that can be really successful to help people transform.
Absolutely.
It's just something that, but again, that I had the opportunity, I sort of retired in 2015 and
Right.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. So obviously you seem to have a really good relationship with everybody here as well. So
Yeah.
Has it been a process where you've gotten to know a lot of the community?
I know everyone in here, and I make sure I'm investing time to get to know everyone in here, and they're just, people are amazing. I've transformed. When you see someone who's carried really difficult trauma, and anyone who's been through homelessness has accomplished a lot, because it is, I don't think I could do it, so I see strength. It doesn't maybe show itself the way that you might normally see it.
Right.
But when you really understand what people are capable of doing and getting through and, pushing through, you are amazed.
Tell me what it's like to live here now in the 12 Neighbours community.
It's quiet, peaceful. You keep to yourself, and it's just peaceful for me.
I'm a software entrepreneur by background. I have a lot of experience having just going from a concept to making things happen. I mean, I'd say that's, if there's one skill that I'm bringing to this, it's ability to execute on an idea.
Right.
And so that's really, this is not a software company, but it's the same kind of thing. And so, decided I'm gonna make this happen and just started working at it.
There was a gentleman here earlier, and I think you're going to see him in a little bit, but who you're helping, or through the process, is getting his GED. Can you tell us a bit about how that came about?
Yeah, so we have a program here we call the Personal Development Program, and we actually even give community members a financial incentive to work on themselves and to every month have personal goals. And if they write down their personal goals and they set out to achieve them, and then they come and meet with some mentors and they talk about what went well and what didn't, and so we invest behind their progress. So Mark, who we're going to meet today, his personal goal is to get his GED.
What does it feel like to have Tanya here as an instructor for you and learning your math skills?
It's a great feeling to have Tanya here. asked Marcel if he could help figure out how I could jump on my GED course, and within a few days she reached out to the 12 Neighbours community and said she was more than willing to help. So we've been here since December 4th, and it's been a real eye-opening experience for the both of us.
You're a full-time teacher, and after a day of work, you come over here and take part in the program here at 12 Neighbours.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you do that?
Well, just the experience, getting to know someone. Mark and I have had a great time getting to know each other while we're doing the tutoring together, and just being able to help out the community.
So when it comes to volunteers, how many people are volunteering, full and part-time? How many people are working with the project? It takes a village.
It sure does. We have 3 full-time staff on our community team that supports community members, and that's where we also have a number of volunteers like our GED counselor, our GED instructors. We have people that volunteer and do art therapy, people that volunteer with the community garden, so there are a lot of people that come around to help. We have about 20 staff. We have 17 that work in our factory that are carpenters that build the homes.
As you come in, we step right into this kind of like common area. We have room for table, chairs, couch even if you wanted to put, and this is our galley style kitchen. I am a carpenter's apprentice here at 12 Neighbours, and I mostly work on the finish work.
How long have you been here for?
I've been here since the jump. I helped build the model house in May of 2021.
Did you have any previous job experience before you came here?
Just enough to know how to use a nailer. I did a course through the union to get me started in carpentry, and I worked on a commercial job site for about 6 months before joining the 12 Neighbours crew. And so we have about a day-ish left of work to do before we're able to put it on our trailer and send it out the door.
That's fast. That's
it's
amazing.
Fast. It keeps us on our toes. We're not rushed, which is really nice, but we're also never bored. There's always something to do.
What's the biggest difference between the commercial job site and working for 12 Neighbours?
I have a lot more control over what I'm working on. I have a lot more input into how things are going.
Wow.
As well, I get to actually see something finished, where we're working on a house that is 10 by 25 versus a commercial wing of a hospital, which is thousands of square feet.
Tell me about the bedroom.
So so in here underneath of our loft, we have kind of set up this bed space.
Okay.
We have, this is the same plywood we use for the top of the tables.
Okay.
So it's really high quality. It's not going to get picky as you slide your mattress onto it.
Yeah.
You have room underneath. We made it tall enough so that those Rubbermaid type totes can slide in and out as well. We moved the bedroom from the front half of the house kind of more into the back, and it gave that division of space. It also allowed us to change up the way our kitchen is put together, and we were able to add more upper cabinets as well as 4 new drawers, which I'm quite happy about.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so much extra storage.
It truly is, and it creates different ways where people can put their houses together.
And I heard that there might be a plan to make a double bed so that couples can live together.
Yeah. So knowing that everybody is coming into this situation with different needs, we want to make something that is convertible in a really easy way. So being able to bring our beds from a twin bed to a double bed is one of those changes that we're looking at.
That's incredible. So it seems like you guys are always adapting to what people need versus family size, etc.
Exactly.
That's incredible. So do you see a lot of the people actually get to use the mini homes? Like, do you get to go and visit them?
A little bit, yes. Sometimes when there is some modifications or upkeep that need to be done in the tiny, say if somebody moves out and it needs to be repainted, I'm often the one that gets to go on up and do that.
Oh, nice. So you're not strictly at here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's some of the feedback that you've gotten from these homes?
People really enjoy the houses. They really like the details that we put into them. Of course, everybody wishes the bathrooms were larger or, something of that nature.
Yeah.
But overall, I believe people are quite happy with them.
In this part of the show, we'll be learning more about how the homes at 12 Neighbours are built.
They may be tiny homes, but they make a big difference in people's lives.
Start to finish, when you're constructing one of the homes, how long would it take for you to day one to say we're starting? And
we have this 4-day cycle, and in our warehouse we have 3 houses under construction at any one time. So it's about a 3-week process. So every 4 days we start a new house, every 4 days we finish a house, but there's 3 houses at various stations along the way. So it's about a 3-week process from beginning to end.
Roughly, could you give us a cost breakdown of everything that would go into building one of the tiny homes?
So we build the houses, they're fully furnished, all the appliances and everything you need to move in. So it costs us about around $55,000 or $60,000 per home,
Right.
to deliver the house, furnished. Also, there's an additional cost, of course, to put all the infrastructure in the community.
Absolutely.
You can hear payloaders and excavators behind us to lay water and sewer and all that.
So Randy, how long have you been working with 12 Neighbours?
About 10 months, I would say, give or take.
Yeah. So how does it make you feel about doing this work for your community?
It's great. I love being down here. The guys are all good. The girls are great here.
Yeah.
Everybody works along together, try to help each other. It's been a learning experience. I've done a lot of construction most of my life, but this is a different type of construction than I've done. So.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about where you were before?
Well, before we moved into 12 Neighbours, I was staying in my car. There's many reasons for different people to be homeless. Some have drug issues, some have mental health. I was in a bad relationship, and I left it, and I stayed in my car. Spent a lot of cold nights, minus 20, minus 30. Got into 12 Neighbours, and the first week I probably slept. And then after that, we just started going ahead with different plans, and ended up working down here. And it's been a great experience.
So how was it sleeping in a bed after a long time of sleeping in your car?
It was cozy, comfortable,
Yeah.
warm, good sleep for about the first week.
Really?
And and then things kind of got onto a normal routine.
Yeah.
Where I was, up working and sleeping at night.
Yeah. So working here has really helped you.
Yeah.
And a lot more aspects of just getting out of your car, but also earning some income.
Learning income, learning some new skills.
So what's happening here? Tell me about it.
Behind us right now is we're doing in our midsection of our 4 sections, what we do here.
Yeah.
We're doing the boys are doing the pine, siding, windows and doors are going on, getting ready to go to the finishing stage.
So tell me about the stages. I heard that you start with the floor.
The first stage is the floor and the box, which is straight behind me here. It gets all framed up, everything from inside. The loft floor gets installed.
Okay.
It's all built. Everything is lifted by a crane, overhead crane, put into place. The electrical gets done there, roughed all in, and the plumbing.
So tell me about the insulation. Do you have to insulate it a little bit more because it's a smaller house? And
We insulate more. We're doing an R24 wall.
oh wow.
So an R36 floor, an R50 ceiling.
So what are some of the biggest challenges that you find going through this process?
We move so fast in here, getting things done.
Yeah.
We trying to keep room to move things around and all that. That would be about our biggest challenge in here.
What's some of the feedback that you have from the actual people who are living in some of these homes?
It's just been amazing. They love what we're doing. They love their little, love the homes, tiny homes, love their little tiny home. We've had them come down here and volunteer to help. Some of them come down and help paint, help, build and that, just to show their appreciation.
Now, one of the things that I've been following your social media is watching the print shop.
People look at homelessness, they say, it's so complex. There's all these facets to it. And there's trauma, there's poverty, there's substance use, there's mental health. And it's true, all those things interplay. But when you look at the solutions, it's actually fairly simple. And for us, we have just a 3-pronged strategy. The first is housing, permanent housing. Then the next thing is personal development. So our whole team here, we have staff here who invest in helping people to move forward based on their strengths. So for us, we're creating what we call patient and progressive businesses that are training businesses for people. So that's what the Print Lab is about.
This is our screen printing machine.
Okay.
It'll print 4 colors at once. We're doing 1 right now. We just did 1 color. We're doing 1 color right now. And eventually we'll be doing 4 color shirts on it.
So how long does the process normally take to do this?
So I could print a shirt in probably 30 seconds.
So what kind of shirts do you print here?
So we're printing 12 Neighbours shirts right now. That represents the 96 homes that we're building in the community. There'll be 96 homes, 96 of these shirts.
So how does it make you feel being able to give back and make these shirts for your community?
Money does go to the community,
Yeah.
especially if we have them working here. They're making money, and usually they enjoy coming and being around.
I take the shirts, I fold them, I put the price tag on them, and then I get them ready to package, shipped out.
How do you like working here?
I love it. It's a great business, and I love the opportunity because like I myself want to be in business, and I do my music and stuff too. But I love it. I love it. It's great. It's a great opportunity.
So you live here at 12 Neighbours?
I do. I live in this community.
How do you like the community?
I love the community. It's great. We got good people. It brings like good opportunities to everyone. Everyone like they even opened this so the people in the community can come work and get some money. You know what I mean? Get their life going a little bit more, persevere. It's all real great things. I love it, and I'm appreciative of it.
How did you go about sourcing the electrical, the plumbing, and finding all the different trades to kind of get involved with the project?
There's a lack of availability of skills, trades, and that kind of thing. So for us, it was important to build our own team. We have a great partner an electrical firm that we work with that does the electrical, but everything else we do in-house.
Right.
And so that was important so that we could really make sure that things happen on the schedule that we wanted them to happen. The other thing is we have just a huge array of partners in the city who've contributed in kind to the project. So for example, Capital Safe and Lock, every time we go buy new locks, they just give them to us. Like Home Depot, who gives us some price advantages, and they've also donated to the work through their foundation, which is focused on youth homelessness. And so we have some young adults here as well. Fantech, a local New Brunswick company that makes air exchangers, gives us a really good price on air exchangers, that kind of thing. So we have a lot of community support. And then we have organizations that have donated for starter kits. Like when someone moves into a house, we fully equip it. Dishes, cutlery, towels, sheets, blinds, shower curtains, cleaning supplies. And it's $1,000 a home. And community businesses in the community have donated those and even come and volunteered to help set up the homes and stage them, for when people. So we have just a huge amount of community support that's been tremendous.
Welcome back to the special presentation.
I'm Chris Turner.
I'm Bailey Lockard.
And I'm Elisa Brosey.
In the final part of the show, we're going to see a new home come to 12 Neighbours.
The first couple that moved in here came in here right from a tent, and I had visited them in their tent. I went into their tent with someone I knew to tell them that they were going to be our first tenants.
Right.
And I remember their reaction. They were pretty excited, but I could tell they weren't sure to believe it or not.
Right.
And then, we opened the door and brought them out, and it was just an incredible emotional experience for them, but for me to see them move into their house. And the exciting thing is, a year later, they're still here and they're doing well. Okay, come on down a bit. Perfect. Yeah, so we just moved to house number 44. Every 4 working days, we have another house that, comes out of our factory. We put it on our trailer, and then we have about a half-hour process where we get it in place on its foundation. This house is our latest design. We've had a few different improvements to the design over the time since we've been building them based on feedback and things like that. Another one down.
What else do you like about 12 Neighbours?
Well, since the day I've got here, they've been doing whatever they can to help me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the teeth I have today. I wouldn't be sitting here doing my GED course I'm doing. So my hat's off to this man sitting beside me. He's been a great influence to a lot of other people here in the 12 Neighbour community.
Tell me what your life was like before you lived here in 12 Neighbours.
It's kind of rough, living on the streets, but I had support, and when I got here, it was a lot easier.
So if somebody did want to make a donation through either supplies, volunteering, or monetary, how would you suggest they go about it?
Yeah, you can go to 12neighbours.com and there's a donate button, and on there it shows different ways that people can donate.
Okay.
One of the things we're doing right now is we're promoting this idea of our development fund. And so the development fund goes directly to helping community members achieve their goals.
Now, have other areas, obviously it seems to be quite the success here, have other areas been inquiring and wanted to kind of follow the footprint that you've laid out?
This summer we had a lot of visitors from across the country, the Maritimes and also Ontario and different communities. I was on a call just this week with the mayor of an Ontario community, a little bit larger one than we have here, who have a growing challenge of people, you know, that are chronically homeless, trying to understand how did you make this happen, what are the key ingredients. And so we're very focused on the best job I can do, you know, is to try to make this really successful and prove the model,
right,
so that others can replicate it. And we're very happy to share with those communities, you know, what worked, how we went about it, what's working, you know, and would love to see more of these in every town. I have another year and a half to build here.
Right.
We have a whole bunch of new businesses to launch. We have just a lot of things. This is our biggest year yet. I am involved in initiatives to try and look at how do we help with housing situations in, for example, rural New Brunswick communities.
Right.
And so I'm definitely positively oriented toward, you know, trying to help make other things happen.
Over the 2 to 3 years that you've been running this project, how have you found the impact on homelessness, and what's your experience been with witnessing it around the city?
So most cities in North America, we're seeing a growing visible challenge with people who are chronically homeless.
Absolutely.
And so what do? We invest in more crisis response, you know, more homeless shelters and the increased funding for food banks and all these kinds of things. And while those are all understandable, they actually, in the long run, make the problem worse. Make the problem worse because we normalize a acute situation. We think, oh, you know, we do an emergency response, but we don't actually invest in upstream. How do we actually make the investments to change things? So in 2015 in Fredericton, we had a plan we launched called the Road Home, the plan to end chronic homelessness in Fredericton over the next 5 years. And we had 70 chronically homeless on our list at the time. And 5 years later, we were over 200. And so we went backwards in the latter part from 2015 to 2023. So all these investments in emergency relief are helpful, or appear to be helpful,
right?
But what we really need are houses. It sounds trite. There's only one solution to homelessness: housing.
Are there challenges that you think that are going to be coming up that sort of face homelessness in around not just Fredericton but other areas of Canada?
We need investment in housing. And here's the thing: the business case is ridiculously strong as taxpayers. It costs us, there's a study that was done, I think 2018, called the Chamois study, and Moncton was one of the cities. It costs us $53,000 a year in health and justice costs to support someone who's living in chronic homelessness. $53,000 a year. And so one night admitted in a hospital costs $4,000.
Right.
1 year of rent subsidy costs $4,000.
Right.
So if I move someone here and save one night admitted in the hospital, your return is instant.
Wow.
But you're actually saving $50,000 a year. So as taxpayers, we should be doing this all day long. We get our money back well within 1 year.
When it comes to moving in, I believe your plan is to add how many more homes?
We're going to build 48 homes this year.
48 more.
We're going to have 96 homes when we're finished. We have 43 on the property right
call the Rogers TV Viewer Response Line. Email us or connect with us on social media.